movies, our most anticipated movies that are coming out in 2016.
Rogue One.
Rogue One, that is on my list. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Rogue One. Rogue One. We don't know much about it.
I don't know much about it. I just know I want to see it.
I mean, it's Star Wars, and I can't wait.
I'm excited to see what they do with the anthology, see how it works.
Me too.
I like the concept of doing these different standalone stories.
I might be getting this confused with another movie, but I think the writers on this movie are the biggest things they've ever worked on was Prometheus and Sahara.
I have not watched. Well, I've watched Prometheus. I haven't watched Sahara.
I haven't either, but that's like the biggest thing, like the best things they've ever done, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but as movie to worry. I think that's Rogue. I think that's the writers from.
Do you have a list of movies on here?
I do.
Okay. There's a big list.
These are my most anticipated.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not sure.
You want me to just go down, go like
Probably
through the
should.
list?
Sure.
Like I don't know what movies are coming out.
I saw Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book's coming
The
out.
live action one.
Yeah.
I saw the Super Bowl trailer.
I think that's. Oh,
I
speaking of
tend
that,
to
there's no
have,
need to add
for
to
some
it.
reason, when it's like these animated
What, teenager?
films, and then they're like, let's do a live action thing, my initial reaction is always, no, stop,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
But
I'm
then I
trying
see
to
it,
get
I'm like,
past that.
okay.
Like, they did Alice in Wonderland. Did you guys like that movie, the live action?
No, I fell asleep during it. I didn't really like it.
I liked it. It was okay. I didn't
I
like
might
it. It wasn't.
revisit
I'm
it.
not a.
Because I fell asleep the first time I watched Dances with Wolves,
Johnny
too.
Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
They're doing a sequel to that too, but I like it for
I
probably
like
the
this
wrong
live action
reasons.
Cinderella was awesome.
I was gonna go
But
to
it's
that.
like, that lends itself a lot better than
Yeah,
say, the
the-
Jungle Book.
Well, they've done multiple versions of Cinderella live action before in the past
yeah.
too. So
I like some of those, too.
yes, like Ever After. Have you seen that one?
I don't think I've seen Ever After. What's that?
Basically Cinderella. It's really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. But essentially, yeah, Cinderella was really good. They did that one.
Maleficent was good.
Maleficent. You like that one? The only complaint I had about that, I like the direction they took with that one. I like the movie.
Right.
I'm not a fan of Angelina Jolie, but she did a good job. My main complaint was Maleficent is a villain to me, and I don't like the
Right.
fact that they made her. So, anyways,
Deadpool.
most anticipated movies of 2016. In case you missed it, because of our camera, it like stopped. We talked about Rogue One and Jungle Book, and now we're talking about Deadpool. So you were talking about Ryan Reynolds. You didn't know much about the character Deadpool.
Yeah, just the fact that he's so excited about the movie, I just feel that excitement, and the fact that he wants it, wanting to do it. Typically, not always, but a lot of times when someone really, really wants to do a project, that kind of rubs
Did he
off.
steal
Yeah.
the suit?
I don't know.
I know he was in an interview with IGN wearing the suit, and he was Deadpool being interviewed, which was hilarious.
I read something where it was like Ryan Reynolds, like, you know, they have so many of the suits. But anyways, he like stole one of the suits and he said something like, yeah, if I'm going to play Deadpool, I'm going to take one of the suits, something like that. And then I read something that Ben Affleck, you know, wanted to take the suit, but they said that it would be like so much dollar, you know, so much of a fine or something, so he said he'd just take a picture. I read something like that on Facebook.
Yeah, lots of people try to take stuff from movies.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him, because I would probably try to do the same thing.
I'm just gonna keep this.
Yeah.
The reason I'm excited about the Deadpool movie is because Deadpool is such a different type of character. Like,
Yeah,
we
he's-
like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man jokes in his fights, but I mean, Deadpool goes all out because
Right.
Deadpool is pretty much unstoppable and he can't really be hurt. He goofs off a lot. So he's like, you shoot him in the leg, and he'll look through the hole, or like in his arm, to look through the hole, and be like, hey, look, I can see you.
Yeah.
And like, he breaks the fourth wall a lot, so I don't know how many times it's going to happen, but in the movie, he's gonna everything will pause, and he'll come up to the screen and be like, now I'm going to talk to you guys, the audience. Do you understand what's going on back here? Because I'm lost. Like, even in his comic books, like, if there'll be moments where he'll like pop out of the little box that he's in, or he'll make comments about how the writers are giving him bad dialogue or something like that. It's hilarious. I love Deadpool because of that. Like, they did this mashup on IGN today. If you guys haven't watched it, it's the What If Deadpool Were in The Walking Dead. So they have that scene where Daryl and I think Carol are in the car on the bridge, and then the car falls off the bridge, and it shows that scene. The walkers are attacking, and Deadpool's just sitting there like flipping through a book. You know, he's kicking his legs, he's humming along, and then the car falls off, and it shows Deadpool look over there. So then he's like, whoop. So he stretches and it shows him jump off. Then it shows that walker that hits the car. But as soon as it hits the car, you hear Deadpool go, ow. And like just all these stuff. And then it shows the scene where Deadpool without his mask, because if you guys didn't know, before he wears the mask, he gets cancer and stuff. That's what causes him to get the powers he has. So his face is all messed up. So it shows the scene, he's sitting there, his face is all messed up. It shows the scene where Rick's looking at him, he's going, no, why? And Deadpool's like, exactly. It's such a great video, but Deadpool is so hilarious, and he can really fit into anywhere, and I like that. And he's part of Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the X-Men universe.
Right.
So...
Well, I guess it's not technically Marvel's Cinematic Universe. It's
right. It's
Fox's.
Well, I think they're calling it the X-Men universe is what they're calling it. But essentially,
So
he's in that.
Oh, so they're still going to put him as part of like the X-Men First Class reboot, which also goes back to the original X-Men.
I'm not sure. I know that in the original X-Men movies, he was in there, but before he became Deadpool, so he was just the mercenary. He was Ryan Reynolds. He didn't have the suit or anything. In this Deadpool movie, is the same character, but I think it happens after those movies. But
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm excited. So, Deadpool. Can't wait. And speaking of X-Men, X-Men Apocalypse is coming out this year. It looks awesome.
Looking forward to that. I liked First Class. I liked...
What was that other one that came out after that?
Next one, whatever it was.
No, not The Last Stand. That was the third one. What was that one called?
I don't know.
It was heavily a Mystique movie, and because I've watched them both, and I like First Class, and then this one was really good. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know what it was either. I can't remember what it was called.
But the X-Men First Class series #2, and then there's Apocalypse. And Apocalypse looks really cool. Although I do think that they're going to kill off a lot of the characters, because there's a scene in one of the trailers where the Iceman.
Your movie Apocalypse, you might as well.
Yeah, the Iceman, I think is his name. He gets blasted into pieces, and this guy that's on fire like steps on his head. So I don't think he's coming back from that.
It's fine.
He might.
Maybe he'll turn into liquid and eventually freeze back together, and he'll be like, "Hey, I'm all deformed, like, but I'm here." But it looks really good. I watched the trailer on that today. It looks awesome.
I don't think I've seen the trailer for it yet.
Have you watched any of the X-Men movies? Nope.
Not really.
Okie dokie.
Right. I've seen.
I don't know if you. I don't know.
For some reason, I'm not that big into X-Men.
The only one I haven't watched is X-Men Wolverine.
No.
Not Origins, but the one that's just called Wolverine.
I haven't watched any before First Class.
1, 2, and 3 have their ups and downs, but First Class is awesome. And that next one after First Class is really good.
It's also Bryan Singer basically being like, any movie I wasn't involved in is not canon.
Yeah. Yeah, he, like, with the time lapse and stuff, that's what I really liked about it, because it was like,
it was cool.
That's a good jump on point. Like, if you watch First Class and then that one, it's like, they changed things, so it makes sense. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. The new Ghostbusters reboot is coming out this year.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm interested to see how this goes, because it's going to be very different. I feel like most people aren't going to be happy. I think it probably would have been better if they just didn't even call it Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe it'll work out.
My biggest complaint is I wish it was just a sequel in the franchise, like, because they're going to have cameo appearances with some of the actors. I think like Bill Murray is going to have a cameo appearance,
Right,
but they're not going to be.
character.
He's not going to be Peter Venkman, and that's going to be weird. It would have made more sense to me if they did like a fourth one and they were like, we're handing it,
old.
and we're like, we're retiring. We
Right.
chose you guys to take.
I
our
think they
spot.
kind of wanted to, but no one involved in
Yeah.
the movies actually wanted to.
Yeah. So, well, Dan, I think he wanted to.
I think he's like the
I think
only
he's
one.
the one that's been trying, and I think he convinced the guy who plays Egon to do it, but then he died.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill Murray I don't know what he's doing. He's been on and off again the entire time.
Yeah.
I think he's happy with the reboot and that it's not continuing. I think it has potential to go both ways. I think it's going to be either really, really awesome and we're going to be happily surprised, or it'll be like, I'm going to stick with the originals. Sorry. But Ghostbusters. I'm okay with the cast that they've got.
Are they still thinking about also doing another Ghost.
I think they shut
sound-
that down
That's good. That was
because they were going to do two
Why do we
different
need-
reboots, and I was like,
That's just confusing.
Wait, what?
they were going to. At one point, the rumor was they were going to do two different.
It was like they're going to do
movies.
a female-led one, and then we're going to do a male one. And I was like, why? Why are you doing two different?
And it was going to be about different people and everything.
They were going to be completely separate.
Did you guys see the cast photo they did where they posted the girls in their suits and they were posing on the Ghostbusters vehicle, and they were like they were all like they had like the pressed face on, almost like they just got off the job and they were like ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And did you all guys see that?
I have not seen
No.
it.
It was like a Twitter post, I think, or something.
Okay.
And from the director, I think, is who took the picture, and he took the picture actually in style of the same identical picture of the original cast of Ghostbusters that they took back in the day.
Cool.
So, and it was actually a pretty famous photo, but everyone that saw this was like, they could at least look like they're happy about being in the new movie. That's what most of the feedback was for it. And I was like, you're missing the point. So they actually had to spell it out. Here's the old photo. Here's the new photo. Do you get it now? The next one is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh yeah, this is the new Harry Potter.
Yep, essentially, and
it
comes out this year. I did not know it came out this year.
I didn't know either. So I've been pretty late to the Harry Potter train. This has been pretty recent for me, but I read all the books, I watched all the movies. I like it, and I like the concept of this movie.
Yes, it's like in a way, it's adding so much to the
I like
universe.
that it's a period piece too.
Yes,
For me, that makes it. I don't know. I guess I like alternate history.
I do too. It makes sense. I love it. Like I'm super excited. I can't wait until it comes out, and it's coming out this year. And I'm like, wow, it blows my mind.
That's cool.
And there's already sequels for this announced. I'm not sure what they are yet,
Okay.
but they are doing sequels. So
Ooh.
obviously it's going to make money. So
Oh yeah.
even if it's like a really bad movie, like a lot of people are going to be tricked into seeing
I
it.
think that it's interesting that they're like confident enough in it that they don't feel the need to be like Harry Potter's or something like that,
Yeah.
because it doesn't have the Harry Potter branding on it at all. I'm
I
sure
know.
they're gonna have J.K. Rowling's.
The book
Name
that
all
they've
over it.
released for it doesn't even have Harry Potter on it. It's literally called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So that's awesome. So I can't wait for it. The next one, which I'm 50-50 on, is The Suicide Squad.
Okay. As someone who hasn't seen anything about it, talk about this.
All right. The Suicide Squad is DC Comics'
Villain team.
villain team. So essentially, they Amanda Waller is the name of the lady who organizes all this. And Arrow, I think she's part of a group named Argus, but I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called in the comics. I could be wrong. Not sure. But she puts together this team. Basically, there are certain missions in which she doesn't want to send, good soldiers to. Some of them require more talent than that, like superpowers or, people like the Riddler, who's, even though I don't think he's ever been a part of it, like, who's super smart and he can figure things like that out. So it's like these people already have the training, and we don't care if they make it back from this, so we're going to call them the Suicide Squad. And basically we're like, you're going to go do this mission for us, and we have ways of making you do it, and you're going to do it. And
Okay.
if it gets out of hand, this is what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what they're going to use in this movie to make that, but so essentially, and the biggest complaint that I have is that Joker, I don't know if he's going to be directly a part of it, but he's never been in it, and I think he is too much of an important villain to be a part of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because these are all lesser
Yeah.
known villains. So like the Crocodile from Batman, he's in it. Harley Quinn, Deadshot, different villains like that.
Villains that
Diablo.
aren't big villains.
Do what?
Villains that aren't like the big name villains.
Yeah, they're like either in the middle or lower named villains. I don't like that Will Smith is Deadshot because, first of all, I think he can do really well. But I don't like that they're changing the origins of Deadshot.
I don't know Deadshot, so it doesn't bother me.
Well, to me, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you guys know who Luke Cage is?
Not really. I mean,
you
I
know-
know he's
you know
a
who
Marvel
Nick Fury
character,
is.
and I know he's going to be sort of involved with Jessica Jones and stuff, but I don't actually know. I do know who Nick Fury is.
Do you know the Black Panther?
Kind of ish.
These are 3, and then the Green Lantern, of course.
Right.
These are 4 of my favorite heroes, so to speak, and their origins are all, well, except for Green Lantern because he has different versions, but my favorites of all of them, they're all African American people. That's
Nick
what
Fury
they are.
wasn't originally either, but they changed that too.
I'm glad they changed that, but with Deadshot, he's not, and I would not want to watch a movie of those 4 characters I just said if they changed their origins. Whereas I don't want Deadshot to be changed either. So I guess we'll see how that works. Did not work out so well for Fantastic Four.
That wasn't their fault completely. Poor guy. He was almost going to do some Star Wars.
But essentially, I'm excited for the movie because it looks good. It looks like they're taking a good direction on it. I'm a little worried about all the other casting's fine, and Will Smith is a good actor, so I'm sure I'm gonna fall in love with this version of Deadshot too.
Okay.
But he's also not really known for being in movies where he's not like the lead character, and Deadshot's a leading figure in the team, and he might actually become the team's like appointed leader, which that would be cool too. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Okay.
But Batman's going to make an appearance in this movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Ben
he's
Affleck's
going
Batman,
to.
or-
Yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman. He's going to be in it at least in one scene. I don't know how major it is, but there's a scene where he's going to be
So
jumping
far,
on top of a car.
My relationship with DC movies has been
Pretty bad. Yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat.
There's a Batman movie.
Yeah,
It's like that's how they apologize. It's like we don't know how to do anyone else, but we can do Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
because he's Batman.
But it looks like they might be turning around. We'll see.
So hopefully, I'm hoping this movie is a success for them though, because the Suicide Squad is awesome, and
Sounds like a neat concept.
Yeah.
it is. It's really cool, and I'm liking what they're doing with their TV shows and stuff. If they can pull this off, it could be a launching pad for other really good movies. Because I would watch a Deadshot movie, knowing what I do. And I would definitely watch a Harley Quinn movie,
Did you say
She has her
what
own-
I do?
He knows.
knowing what I do about like Deadshot.
Nobody
knowing.
knows.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Knowing what I do.
Yep. And I would definitely watch a Harley Quinn movie, and she's got her own comic lines, and I could see a movie about her not even involving the Joker, and I'd be okay with that perfectly. So I guess we'll see. The next one is Captain America: Civil War.
Every
Silver.
Captain America movie has been
Yeah.
my favorite Marvel movie. Same directors as Winter Soldier, which I love. I'm excited.
Me too.
Captain
I don't like the
America's-
comics. Civil War.
I have not read.
I have not
I have the benefit of the cinematic universe being my only universe.
It's a slight
Wow.
spoiler alert right here for the comics. So if you're not interested in it being spoiled, keep watching. And if you don't want it to be spoiled at all, skip ahead just about a minute in the video. In the comics, Captain America dies. He is replaced by his friend, the Winter Soldier. He dies in a very stupid way. He gets killed by a gunshot. And I don't think he's actually in combat when it happens. I may be entirely wrong on the way he dies, but that's what I've heard. And based off of what I've read in the comics, I don't really quite like the comics. I do think it's really interesting, though, because one of my favorite parts about the Justice League is how the superheroes don't always see eye to eye on the way they work out or the way they do their things. Superman and Batman have different ways of approaching situations. One's light, one's dark. I like that. And that's true.
It's sort of interesting how they're sort of like these best friends, but they don't get along also.
Yeah.
They have a cool relationship.
And with Marvel's thing, though, a lot of their villains, a lot of their heroes work things out very similar ways, but they've still found creative ways to make them. They've already been setting this up, like in
Even as far back as
the Avengers 2.
Even in the first one.
Yeah, they had differences, but in Avengers 2, I think that one's where they really had some major differences. They were like, Captain America and Iron Man, who were basically both leaders, and they were both conflicting, and they're going to be. That's where the dividing line is. I'm not sure if they'll do it the same way, but in the comics, it all started over the government wanted them to join a signified task force so they could be kind of controlled. They'd have punishments if they screwed up because they didn't want all those people with powers flying around doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And part of it was they had to reveal their secret identities if they had one.
Right.
And I think Iron Man sided with the government and said, yeah, we should reveal our identities. We should join this task force. That makes sense. Captain America thinks that was violating our freedoms and said, no, we shouldn't. So the heroes are kind of divided on which one they want to follow.
Right.
But one of the things I didn't like is, which side of that do you think Spider-Man would join with?
Spider-Man would probably want to not reveal his identity.
In the comics, he joined Iron Man and revealed his identity to the world. And that's always been something that Spider-Man has been like, no, do not do, because he doesn't want to jeopardize his loved ones. And I think that would rule more important to him than siding with the government on that one. But we'll see. Spider-Man's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And I'm excited to see.
Be Spider-Man?
I don't know yet. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. It's a new guy.
Yeah, he's a new guy.
He's going to have his own movie later too, and it's going to be... They're going back to the high school Spider-Man because...
Yeah.
You want to see that again, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to show his origin story in the new one, but they are going to... They're making him the same age and stuff, so they're going to kind of skip over the origin story, I think, a little bit.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 was pretty good. Amazing Spider-Man 2, not that
You didn't like it? Did you like it?
It could have been good, but they tried to do they were like, we have like ideas for like 6 movies. Instead of just doing one, let's just try to make them all at the same time.
Andrew Garfield, good Spider-Man. I didn't like him as Peter Parker though.
He wasn't that great.
Exactly.
He was too cool.
Yeah.
I thought the exact opposite of Tobey Maguire. I liked him more as Peter Parker than I did in the suit.
Yeah.
So
hopefully this guy gets
balanced.
that sweet.
Well, it's a hard character to play because he's 2 completely different people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really difficult. Like, I don't know. It's crazy, but anyways, I can't wait. I'm excited. Captain America: Civil War. The next one is the Assassin's Creed movie, which we know literally almost nothing about. We've seen some pictures.
I'm interested.
But it's Assassin's Creed, and what I'm excited is
I like that Prince of Persia movie they did.
I did too, a lot, which
I thought
got
it was good.
some mixed reviews, but I liked it a lot.
It's because people are dumb.
Yes, it is. Exactly.
I've never understood, to a certain extent, why people... It's like, I don't know why it's a problem that we like more things. Wouldn't you want to enjoy more things than not?
Exactly. Like, I try to keep a positive outlook on everything, except Hoodwink 2.
There are exceptions. Some things you can hate.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about Assassin's Creed, the movie. They can kind of do any kind of plot line, essentially, as long as it has assassins and Templars.
I wonder... This is weird. I don't know. I wonder if they're going to go with any of the modern day, and it's actually in the animes. Are they doing that? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
Especially since the video games recently have been sort of shying away from it.
Yeah. I don't know if they will or not, to be honest.
But
I do know.
For some reason, just a movie about an assassin... To me, that doesn't seem like it'd be as interesting. Maybe it would. Maybe I'm stupid. I probably am.
I like the sci-fi element to it. I like the idea of playing as like Desmond or a different character.
That's
and
really
getting into the animus.
That's why
and
I
going
started
back.
playing it. I don't know that I would have if it wasn't.
Yeah, and see, it just makes much more sense that way to me, and it's cooler that way because we've played so many games that are set in medieval time. We've seen so many movies that are set in that time, but this one's not even. This one's like time travel, but not time travel because you can't mess anything up in the past. You're learning from what they did, and you can do things different. And the animus will play that out a little different, but only to a point. Like you can't.
Yeah, it has to synchronize so much.
I just like nudged the table, but
Broke the
anyways.
table. Table's broken.
All right, but Assassin's Creed.
The movie.
The next one, Independence Day, Resurgence.
No, it's good. Reboot.
I'm interested.
Is it a reboot?
No, it's a sequel.
No, it's a sequel.
Oh.
Will Smith's not going to be in it.
Nope.
But
Just
Jeff
okay.
Goldblum is going to be in it,
But he is.
which is awesome. I love Jeff Goldblum.
Yep. Apartments.
He should be in one of our podcasts. So we could just have him like, I'm going to give him a random theory. And I'm like, will you explain this theory to me, but be Malcolm when you do it. Just be that character in our podcast. It's not Jeff Goldblum, it's Malcolm. And just talk. Just talk. Just blow our minds. I love that guy.
It's cool.
But it looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
It looks
I'm
good.
excited.
I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good as Independence Day.
I doubt it either.
I think it's going to be another
wasn't necessary.
essentially average,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sci-fi
I think just
blockbuster type deal.
Trying
But
to make more money.
for the most part, I don't mind the typically average or even below average.
Although it has the chance to be just as
But yeah, it
awesome.
might be
Yeah.
awesome.
So if it is, then I mean we've got another Independence Day, and we're like, ha! And we could get a third one, which would be even better as long as it is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's good too.
Basically, the only requirement for me to really like a movie is just don't suck.
If it's too
can
bad,
even
we can
suck a
pretend it
little
doesn't
bit.
exist, like Indiana Jones 4,
Yeah.
which I like that.
Yeah, that does not bother me.
It doesn't me either. There was parts like
I
don't- Shia
understand
LaBeouf-
why it bothers people,
Yeah,
but it doesn't bother me.
a lot of people didn't like the fact that there was aliens in that movie, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
At the time when I watched it, I was like, "This is so awesome!" And then as I digested it, I was like, "Well, it's not as awesome as I thought it was." And I like the original 3 better, but it's not terrible. Like
Yeah.
I don't like down it. Like there's a lot of people who are like, "I don't like that movie at all. I hate it. It's stupid.
Some
It
people
sucks.
hate
It
it.
shouldn't have
And to
existed."
a certain extent, it's like, okay, I get some of it, but most of it's like, really, it's not that bad.
The refrigerator thing is another thing people don't like, which
Doesn't bother me at all.
Hold up, I'm gonna go hide in the refrigerator.
At the Bobby Panda episode.
Bobby Panda. All right, the next one is the new Star Trek movie.
I'm looking forward
Is
to
J.J.
it.
Abrams doing this?
No, he's just a producer.
Just
This
a-
is the
well, that's
director of
fine.
Fast and Furious.
Well, I'm on board then because I like those movies a lot,
Haven't watched them yet. I need to get to that.
especially the newer one. I love
Some of the
so
fans, of course, they've kind of been against it since the reboot. Don't really like this first trailer.
much. Of the Star Trek, the new Star
Yeah,
Trek.
the new one. They don't like the direction it's in. I don't mind, but I haven't really been a Star Trek fan. I've gone back and I've started watching some of the original and the Next Generation, and I like it, but it's not my
You
favorite
see,
thing.
I've seen some
So-
of the shows back in the day, but I never really got it.
Yeah,
But I have started watching the new movies from JJ, and I love it.
yeah, I love the,
So-
I love the JJ ones.
And
So
I can't wait for the new one.
I'm looking forward to the new one. I think it
Is
looks
this
cool.
the third one, correct?
This will be the third one.
The
Beyond
third one?
is because it's Star Trek. So
And
it's
then-
called Star Trek, and then
Beyond.
Into Darkness.
Into Darkness, and then Beyond, right?
Beyond is the new one.
Beyond, is it just Beyond?
It's just called Star Trek Beyond.
Awesome. So that's cool.
Beyond
To
infinity and beyond.
at the same time. The next one is called Sausage Party.
Never heard of it.
What the?
I'm not making this up.
No.
No
I
idea
hope
what
no.
this is? Any idea?
No.
Seth Rogen.
Is it a documentary?
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
It's actually, I think it's animated. I don't know if it's clay-mated or if it's actual animated, but it is the next Seth Rogen project. And this started as an inside joke because in interviews,
Well, that's
Seth Rogen is someone who's like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, I like your stuff, and sometimes
some
it's like,
things Seth
no.
Rogen's makes I think are like really funny. Some of them are just like weird. So who knows? Maybe-
I've seen,
But like all the
Yeah.
stuff, really, and if you watch interviews with him, he kind of will be like most of the movies that he does are like he gets high.
yeah, he
And
said that.
He's aware of what he's
It's
doing.
like it's like he gets high and it's like we're hanging out with friends and they come up with some idea and they do it.
I haven't watched Pineapple Express yet, which I heard is really good. I have watched The Green Hornet, which I liked because it was like a
Yeah.
superhero kind of based thing. And I watched The Interview, which I like a lot. And
I
I've
like The
watched
Interview. Oh.
This Is the End, which I like a lot.
I haven't watched this
Okay.
the end.
That one's just stupid funny, but I like it.
The
the same reason I like.
I like the neighbors.
I haven't watched that one yet, but I want to.
Making new neighbors.
Yeah,
Neighbors 2.
Neighbors
I
2.
think.
Yep.
Is
But
it on here?
Sausage. No, it's not. I don't think. Is it coming out this year,
Uh,
or is it already out? I think
it's
it's
probably
already.
already
I saw a
out.
trailer. I know
I think it's
that.
already out.
Because I saw him on the Today Show.
Oh, okay.
But Sausage Party, it started as an inside joke. People would ask him in interviews, "Well, what is your next project?" He's like, "Oh, it's an animated film called Sausage Party." It is a joke, and now they're actually thinking about making it. They are making it. It's supposed to come out this year. It is animated, and I think it's about food, like sausage, like hot dogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's going to be a funny play on words and stuff. But essentially, it's an animated movie, and that's what it's going to be about.
That's how you know.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on board for it because I mean it's Seth Rogen, so at least I'll get a couple laughs either way.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, it was bad, but it was funny, or I'll be like, well, that was really good and it was funny. So the next one is Zoolander 2.
Oh, no, I've never watched Zoolander.
I had mixed feelings about Zoolander.
I've never watched it. So based on the trailer, I don't feel like it's a movie I would like.
I feel like Andrew's gonna like it because Will Ferrell's in it.
He was in the first one too. It's about
really?
It's about a guy, which Ben Stiller. I like Ben Stiller.
I like Ben Stiller.
He is a
Probably not the
fashion model guy,
Yeah.
and
Does it?
making it in the fashion world. Owen Wilson, is that his name? He's in it.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell, I almost said Smith. Is in it.
Not quite.
Owen Wilson, what's the guy's name right now? Ben. Anyway, it seems like, they seem like they do a lot of
They
stuff
do.
together.
They do a lot of stuff together. It's like Johnny Depp and Tim Burton.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Hollywood duos like that.
Well, it's just like Seth Rogen and James Franco then.
Yes. Franco. And there's that other guy that Seth Rogen is with a lot. No, I'm thinking of it now. Will Ferrell and what's his name? What is that guy's name? He was in Talladega Nights and Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah, that guy,
Yeah.
Dale something.
Yeah, whatever his name is. That guy.
Okay.
They're in a lot of movies together too.
Yeah.
Zoolander 2, I'm not sure. Like, I'm going to watch it. The first one's funny, but there's a lot of stuff in it that's just like, what? Like, there was, like, some of it is funny because they look ridiculous. Like, he was in this moisturizer commercial where he was a mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben Stiller, and he was like, whoa, he's so smooth. It's just stupid stuff. Like, it's stupid. It's like, but it's funny, but like, and just the way he talks, like, is hilarious. Like, like, I don't know, it's great. It's awesome.
Okay.
Like, in the first one, he had like this look. He would always they'd been in interviews like, so you're working on this new look for your new photo shoots, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I call it the Blue Crush, and he's like, it's the same look every time, but he just titles it new stuff. It's the same exact look every time, and no one's catching on to it. Like, the entire world is like, they don't know it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. They end up like saving people's lives or something in the first one, I think. I don't know. It was really strange.
Yeah,
it was a strange movie. It's very strange.
This one, I guess Will Ferrell's trying to kill all the beautiful people in the world, right?
I think that's how it
Something like
works.
that.
Yeah.
The next one was Warcraft.
Oh, based on
that's
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That's all I know about it.
Yeah.
Me too. And
idea.
the people who are doing this movie, they did a Witcher trailer, and they did the real life Fallout thing. If I'm not mistaken, the Fallout 4 trailer that they did. Have you seen that? The real life trailer?
Yeah.
So I think it's the same people. If I'm not mistaken, it might be a different thing I'm thinking about, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. But it looks good. It's got a lot of
the Fallout 4 trailer, not the live action, but the in-game footage, the first trailer, it was like Ridley Scott's production company, I think.
I did not know
Did
that. That's cool. Makes me happy.
Makes me happy.
The next one, Batman versus Superman.
I mean,
I'm excited for it, but
I don't like the way the trailers have been, just because it feels like it's like, here's the movie.
This is what's going to happen.
This is a shorter version of the movie. Enjoy.
we've pretty much figured out all the major plot points of it.
But I'm still interested in seeing it.
I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be great. I don't think Man of Steel is great. Zack Snyder
I don't
is
think it'll be-
good, but
you think it'll be bad?
Man of
I
Steel
don't think
was
it'd be
my
bad.
favorite Superman movie, unless I'm talking about the first one. I like the original Superman very well, and then I like this Man of Steel very well.
Yeah.
But this new one, I was kind of hoping I'd get a Superman 2, Man of Steel 2. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it is sort of like
build up their
it's
characters
Sort of
more.
like
Yeah.
it's almost like, well, Superman's not really selling. It's like, just make another Batman movie.
I'm afraid what's going to happen is they're not going to focus on developing Superman's character much further. Of course, we're going to get a little bit. So essentially, it's going to be like Superman is the star of the show, but he's also the very back in front of or behind Wonder Woman and Batman and Doomsday and Lex Luthor and
I'm
the
a
Joker.
little afraid that this might get Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they just get too
much
many
in one
threads.
movie.
Yeah.
Like they're trying
Which is
to.
what ruined the
it's
Amazing
so
Spider-Man
like they're
2.
doing the storyline like okay, Batman and Superman are fighting, and they're doing the story of Batman is an older superhero. He's been doing it a lot longer than Superman.
That's cool.
They're expanding. They're trying to expand Superman's story, and create a brand new Batman story and put them together. Then they're trying to introduce Lex Luthor. They're trying to introduce Wonder Woman. Joker is supposed to be in it. Doomsday. They're trying to do his storyline. They're trying to do they're trying to start the Justice League. Did I say Wonder Woman yet? Because they're trying to.
Yes, you
they're trying
did.
to. They're putting her in the movie. I guess to start the Justice League, it's going to start with those three. But I'm worried. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to leave the movie and say, well, Wonder Woman, I didn't really care for her character because they didn't develop it, and Batman, I didn't. Either I'm not going to like Ben Affleck, or I'm going to be like, oh, he played a great Batman, but they didn't develop his character.
Yeah.
And I'm just afraid of that.
I know. That's why Marvel
And
did so good. They were
able to.
Yeah.
But they had the benefit of sort of doing it first.
Yeah.
Of it working out first, anyways.
But essentially, the Justice League is awesome. The comics are great. Earth 2 is great. And the cartoon is great. So
Yeah, DC seems to have a much better track record in the television world.
yes. As seen by Arrow and Flash, and Supergirl is going to cross over with them now. Did you know that?
I did not know that they were going to do that.
Supergirl is crossing over with the Flash first.
So they decided.
This-
Because at first they were like, no, and then they're like, eh.
Yeah, they're doing it. And then the DC's Legends of Tomorrow is crossing over a bunch of those universes too. So I'm so excited. Okay, but anyways, Cloverfield, the new Cloverfield movie.
I have not watched Cloverfield, but seeing that trailer interested me enough that I was like, I kind of want to go watch Cloverfield now.
I think they're going to be very different movies, but it is a sequel or a prequel, and it's not really confirmed yet, but it is one of the two. I like how they had this so secret, because it's like literally like last month they were like, oh look, it's done and it's coming out this year and here's the trailer, and everyone's like, where did this come from? But
Way to go, Bad Robot.
well, John
Just your
Goodman's
votes.
John Goodman's going to be in it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
Um,
I saw that trailer.
And like you said, Bad Robot, that's enough to get me to
Yeah.
go watch it. And then
I really like that production. I need to get that book.
I'm worried. In a way, a lot of people are speculating. See, in the first movie, Cloverfield was an actual monster. He was this giant creature that destroyed the town or the city. And it was all filmed like, in first
Yeah, it was
person,
all
like the guy had a camera.
Found footage.
Yep. This one, in the description, it says monsters come in many forms. And it kind of looks like John Goodman might be the monster. But at the same time, he might be the hero, because John Goodman's trying to keep him in, so
Right.
people might think he's being like mean to him, or maybe even abusive or controlling to these people. But at the same time, he might be like, you don't know what's outside that door. If you leave, you're going to die. And when you see the girl in the trailer get out of the door, he's like, you don't know what you just did. And that monster that is still around could still be there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to play around with both of that. That might be neat. We'll have to see.
So it's going to be cool, because there might be two versions of the monster, and you might actually find out that the monster you thought was a monster isn't actually a monster. He just has a weird way of going about things. It's going to be cool. The next one, Doctor Strange. Marvel's Doctor Strange.
I don't know enough about it to make a comment, but
Wait, is
Marvel
it-
has a fairly good track record.
Wait, is that Marvel?
I don't know.
Or is that DC?
I don't know if I'm thinking of the
I'm
right
thinking
thing
it's
or not.
DC. DC was in, Doctor Strange was in, if I'm thinking of the same one, he was in Smallville and the Justice League.
Okay.
Okay, so
Who am I thinking of then?
Hold up, hold up.
let's go to our analyst, a research panel.
That's a Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Being Afraid and Love the Bomb, or something like that. Michael J. Fox likes that movie.
What is it?
Doctor Strangelove, or like How.
Oh,
I,
yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I haven't actually watched that. I want to.
Justice.
Justice!
Justice.
Hold on, it's loading. Let's move on while I'm looking this up. Forget about Doctor Strange for a minute. Let's move on to the next one. TMNT 2.
I
Ninja
didn't
Turtles
hate
2.
the last one.
I didn't either. I love the last one, actually.
Yeah.
It is
was a
Marvel.
lot- Everything
Doctor
I
Strange
heard
is
about
Marvel.
Okay, it is what I was thinking of.
I'm
Is
so
Benedict
confused.
Cumberbatch?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Way to go,
He-
Sherlock.
Yeah, and I think he would make a great Doctor Strange. I don't know what in the world I was thinking of.
Okay, so which one are we talking about?
Both.
Let's start with let's do Doctor Strange since we know it's what it is now. Okay, Doctor
I don't know
Strange.
anything about it.
Apparently, me either, because now I'm conflicted. There's someone in the DC that is similar to Doctor Strange, but he might not be called Doctor
Did
Strange.
you know that DC and Marvel have
Dr.
a joint
Fate. I'm so stupid. Anyways, go on.
They have a joint copyright like on the term superhero. So
Really?
like no other comic can use the word superhero.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is really crazy. Anyways, Doctor Strange, it's going to be the new hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sherlock comes out this year. I really like the Sherlock BBC show.
It is good.
And
I've
he is a
watched
really
the
good
series.
actor. And Doctor Strange is awesome, so we're going to get to see.
Sounds good.
Good
Did
stuff.
you know he can't say penguin?
Who?
Penguin.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He can't say the word penguin? Why?
Or he-
Oh, like some
He
people can't say
can't.
cinnamon?
Yeah, he did. He even did a documentary and he pronounced it really funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I did not know that. That's cool. They should. He's lucky he's not working for me because I would have penguin in every one of his scripts
Yeah.
somewhere. And he'd be like, come on, really? I'd be like, yeah.
So he did, like,
What am I paying you for
He did
anyways?
one of his and he was like, penguin.
Penguin.
Penguin. I think he said it 2 or 3 different ways in the documentary.
Penguin.
You have to look that up one day.
That's awesome.
But I really like that. I can't even say his name.
Benedict
Cumberbatch. Unless I mispronounced it, which is possible.
So,
Onward.
so the next Turtles movie. So,
Yeah. Like I said,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
everything
Does.
before last time, before the movie came out, everything I heard about it sounded like this is going to be a disaster.
it really did sound like.
And
it
in
was
some
gonna be
ways, it wasn't great, but
I'm
I
hoping
expected
that.
a lot worse.
I'm hoping it's the same thing for me, like, because I was really dreading the new Turtles movie, the original, the one that came out, and I was like, I don't know, everything seemed to be stacked against it, and then when I watched it, I was like, I actually liked that. I had a really good time watching the movie. It's held up so far to me. I'm still thinking, I like that movie. They didn't change the Turtles' origins that much. They didn't change their personalities at all.
I think that the fact that they nailed the personalities is why it's like your story might have been weak, but it's like I didn't really care.
It's because it's the Turtles. And I wish that they would kill off April O'Neil because I don't like Megan Fox, but that's just the me complaint. Because some people like her, some people don't. I don't. I hate her. Don't think she can act. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't. But anyways,
Like literally twitching.
I would have
What are you
been. I would have
talking
rather them, and this is bad, and I would have rather them changed April's origin character to a dude than used Megan Fox.
Wow.
Really?
Really. And it did not help that they gave her some of the stupidest dialogue in that movie. Like that scene where they're like, so, the guy was like, so what are they, like aliens? She's like, no, that would be stupid. I was just like, come on, really? Did they really do that? But anyways, other than that, this new movie looks awesome. They're going to have Bebop and Rocksteady. They're going to have Krang. They're going to have Shredder. So I'm in. So that means
Chuck Lorre wrote the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song.
Who?
Yeah, Chuck Lorre. He's the creator of The Big Bang Theory, and I think
Oh, really?
co-creator of
That would
The Muppet
explain
Show.
a lot about that show, which I need to watch still. But that makes me happy.
Random facts. Yay!
Wombat poop is square.
Where's that from?
They were Tiffany and Kevin were wanting to put that in their script of Rumple, but
Oh, yeah.
so anyways, TMNT 2 looks awesome. That 31-second long Super Bowl commercial for that one was
I think
awesome.
I missed that. I don't remember
No Sleep Till Brooklyn was the song they used,
Okay.
and they were like, I think it was Leonardo was like, what are the
I was
what are
reading
the
Atlantis,
traits
so-
of a ninja? And they were like speed, stealth, precision. And they were showing different clips, and and the song starts playing, and you see Rocksteady and Bebop and all these people, and then you see Krang, and the camera kind of revolves, and you see the little glass where the brain is supposed to be, and Michelangelo walks up to it and taps it, and then the eye just like slams against it. And he's like, ah! So excited.
Good stuff.
Good.
So that
Plus,
was.
we'll-
Is there
we'll
any other
have-
movies?
It probably is, but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I think we covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 movies.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And this is most anticipated, so I can't really think of anything more anticipated than these.
Doubtful.
All right. So I guess that concludes the podcast then.
Okay.